Hello and welcome to OKC Vapes online tutorial series. My name is Paula and today we are going to be looking at the setup and usage and charging of your standard 510T battery. Now your 510T batteries come in 180 milliamp hours, which is about roughly the size of kind of a filterless traditional tobacco cigarette. And then you have your 280 milliamp hour, which is kind of the size of a 100 cigarette, I would say. And this one you can get about 1 to 2 hours of usage out of. This one I would say you could get anywhere from 2 to 3 hours of usage out of, depending on how much you're vaping. I noticed these are what I started with, and they were a great way to start out because they do mimic kind of the action of an analog cigarette. And also they work really well for people who just don't ever quite take to the larger batteries. I had several people come in who just never could get used to the larger 650 or 1100s Ego style battery, and they really did like the feel of having a cigarette in their hands. So these work for lots of different people. What we're looking at right now, we're going to look at the 180. As you see right there. Got your little battery connector, and to turn this guy on, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I've already got them on, but you do 5 quick clicks to turn on, and you'll know it's on when the little red end lights up at the bottom. And to use this guy, what you're going to do is fill up your micromizer. We were using another style, but we're switching over to what's known as a micromizer. It is a small clarimizer, and it's got your wicks and got your atomizer in there, and these are disposable but should last you, depending on your vaping style, anywhere from 1 to 3 weeks. And to fill this guy up, I'm going to use one of my favorite experimental flavors right now that hopefully will get out soon. It's top secret though, I can't tell you about it. But you just put your needle tip to the side, hit your wicks, those guys nice and saturated. This holds about 1 milliliter of fluid, which is roughly the equivalent of a carton of cigarettes, but again, it's going to depend on how you vape and how much you vape. Right up there at about the top of the wick. That to the side. Pop your top back in. Squish it down. Now, if we had time, we would let this sit for about 5 minutes, but we don't, so I'm going to go ahead and pop this on here. And as you can see, it's kind of like the size of those old Moore 120s. It's a little bit longer than a typical cigarette, but it definitely gives kind of the hand feel of one. And these things are great. They're also convenient for when you don't want to take anything bigger out with you. So they're a really good option. There we go. We've got our micromizer on there, got our battery, and then all you do is press the button. And that gives off some pretty decent vapor. That is not too shabby. Yeah, just press the button, your light comes on. You get a fair amount of vapor there. Hey, that thing's pretty cool. So, next step, your battery has drained completely. It's been a couple hours, you've been vaping on it. What do? Well, you're going to charge them. So to charge, you're going to remove the micromizer. You're going to unscrew that, set that to the side. Before you charge, every time before you charge, you want to take a Q-tip, wipe out any residual liquid, because the liquid can drain through there and it can either crust up and wreck your connection, or it can drip down into your battery and ruin your battery. So always clean off your battery. And then the 510T has its own charger with a 420 voltage output. If you use any higher, it can harm your battery, so don't do that. What you're going to do is just screw it on there very gently, just till it stops, and then turn it back about a half a turn. This light right here, well, we got to plug it in first, don't we? That guy goes in there. Do not put this in your computer. I shorted out a couple different batteries by putting this on my computer when I first got them, so always use an approved AC wall adapter for your USB cord. Trust me, it's just better to avoid it altogether. Whenever you put this on there, you've got to put on gently, turn back a little bit. If it's dead, this will go red. And then it'll go red, kind of red-green, and then it will go green, and then you've got a battery that's ready to go. Do not leave your battery on your charger too much longer after it's fully charged, or it can wreck your battery life. So always let it fully drain, let it fully charge, and remove from the charger whenever it is finished charging. As always, if you have any questions, please holler at us at www.okcvapes.com or send us an email at inquiries@okcvapes.com. Ask us anything. We are here to help. Thank you so much, and please come back and see me.